All right, let's jump right into this explainer. I gotta tell you, I was absolutely fascinated by the source material here. It lays out this exact scientific blueprint that ultra-successful people use to completely transform their wealth and literally their entire lives in just 6 months. We're talking about shifting from just sort of watching your life happen to actively taking charge. It's a structured approach to engineering your own success instead of just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best.
So, here's our 6-part agenda. We're going to cover the 6-month wealth blueprint, rewiring your mindset, time and discipline mastery, making money work, solving problems and building networks, and finally, taking action today. Let's get to it.
Starting off with Section 1, the 6-month wealth blueprint, the foundation.
Now, I want you to take a second and seriously ask yourself this question. Where will you be 6 months from today? You know, it's easy to picture a life with zero financial stress, maybe no boss breathing down your neck, or traveling the world. The source material points out that we often fall into the trap of thinking you need to win the lottery or find some magic bullet to get there. But guys, a massive transformation is 100% possible if you just follow the right system. It's not a miracle, it's just a highly practical strategy.
And this comparison brilliantly illustrates the core difference. While the middle-class mindset is basically hoping for luck, seeking comfort, and just selling time for a paycheck, the billionaire mindset actively builds the future. They follow a scientific framework, take calculated risks, and literally use their resources to buy their time back. That's the foundational shift we're aiming for here.
Moving on to Section 2, rewire your mindset. It's time to think bigger. I will build a rocket and send humans to Mars. You've got to have a grandiose vision that genuinely scares you. Think about it. When a young Elon Musk decided to aim for Mars instead of just taking a safe, comfortable job, people literally laughed at him. They thought he was out of his mind. But look at SpaceX today. The reality is, if your dream doesn't scare you, it's simply not big enough to force you to grow. Having a massive vision creates this restless energy that absolutely forces you into action.
You know, most people kind of think their education just stops the second they get a degree. But the ultra-successful, they are lifelong learners. The source actually notes that Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day, which honestly sounds like a superpower, and Bill Gates takes these dedicated thinking weeks. Just think about this. If you dedicate just 1 hour a day to learning a new concept, that compounds into 365 hours of mastery over a single year. That's a massive, massive competitive advantage.
So what exactly do you do with those 365 hours? Well, you dedicate your daily learning time to specific, high-leverage skills. We're talking finance, artificial intelligence, sales, psychology, and business mindset. In today's economy, knowledge truly is the new money. If you can master even just one of these domains, you're going to elevate yourself to a completely different playing field.
All right, Section 3, time and discipline mastery, controlling your day.
Look, we all share the exact same 24 hours. The only difference is how we use them. You need to stop being a slave to your time and start controlling it. First up, audit every single minute of your day. Seriously, you'll be shocked at how many hours just vanish into endless scrolling or useless gossip. Second, ruthlessly eliminate those low-impact distractions. And third, dedicate the first 3 hours of your day strictly to high-impact, life-changing tasks. You have to protect those hours fiercely.
To give you an idea of what extreme discipline really looks like, the source points out that Elon Musk works 80 to 100 hours a week. But he doesn't just wing his schedule. He plans his entire day in incredibly focused 5-minute blocks. Literally, 5 minutes. Why? To make sure there is absolutely zero wasted energy. Every single minute is accounted for and directed right at massive growth and problem solving. That's the level of discipline that builds empires.
But shift gears to Section 4, make money work. This is the leverage phase.
So when Elon Musk sold PayPal, he walked away with a $180 million payout. Most people in that situation, they'd buy a private jet, a massive mansion, and just retire to a beach somewhere. But Musk, he took extreme, highly calculated risks. He poured $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into SolarCity. He literally risked going entirely broke because he completely understood that money's true purpose is to be put to work building the future, not just sitting idle in a bank account.
And that brings us to a really fundamental rule of wealth. Assets put money into your pocket. Think investments, businesses, digital content. Liabilities, they take money out. I'm talking heavy loan EMIs, luxury gadgets you don't really need, and just frivolous expenses.
You have to ruthlessly redirect your cash toward assets. Plus, the source highlights the insane power of compound interest, which Einstein famously called the eighth wonder of the world. Put your money in assets, let it compound, and your money is going to work for you even while you sleep.
Next up, Section 5. Solve problems, build networks. Scaling your wealth.
Scaling your wealth means you have to look outward, right? To the people around you and the issues facing the world. As you can see, the world's most valuable companies didn't just invent random, flashy products. They solved massive, universal problems. Tesla solved the lack of clean energy in electric vehicles. Amazon solved slow, difficult retail access. Uber solved inefficient, expensive transportation. It's simple. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the reward.
You've got to stop complaining about the economy or the market or whatever resources you think you lack. There's a brilliant truth from the source material here. Where 99% of people see a frustrating problem and complain about it, the 1% of ultra-wealthy individuals see a golden business opportunity. Like the quote says, "Don't just complain about problems, be the one who actually solves them."
But hey, you can't solve massive problems in a vacuum. You need a team, which means building a strong network. First off, audit your inner circle and ruthlessly cut out the constant complainers. Come on, we all know a few, and they just drain your energy. Instead, follow and study mentors who are exactly where you want to be. Attend industry events, join communities, and this is crucial, always provide value first instead of just taking. Like they say, you can run fast alone, but you can only go far with a team.
Now, when you're taking big risks with a big team, things are absolutely going to go wrong at some point. And that requires supreme emotional intelligence. It's all about maintaining mind control under stress and responding strategically to failure, rather than just reacting emotionally. When SpaceX had 3 consecutive rocket failures and they were basically out of money while the media was completely mocking them, Musk didn't panic. His emotional intelligence allowed him to stay incredibly calm, analyze the data, and successfully launch that 4th rocket.
All right, bringing it home with Section 6. Take action today. Progress over perfection.
Action kills fear. Inaction creates it. The ultra-wealthy deeply understand a core truth, which is that progress always beats perfection. Most people get completely paralyzed by the fear of failing, so they end up just doing nothing at all. But guys, the only way to actually eliminate that fear of failure is to take that terrifying first step. You learn by doing, and you just adjust your course as you go.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. Your 6-month countdown to a completely transformed life starts right now. Not tomorrow, today. So, if knowledge is the new money, what is the very first high-leverage skill you are going to master today?